Good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here on Saturday evening, and that can only mean one thing. We're racing the MX5 Mazdas. And where are you racing them, you ask? Big Willow. Oh yes. The track that is made of nightmares. Coming from a country that barely likes to put a corner in a racetrack, and this one, they went over the top with corners. I personally really do enjoy this track. This last corner where it's just going round and round and round, and then really tight at the end, and you just want to go through it fast. See if we can sit aboard Racer Brown for a lap. Big Willow going up, but we're braking at just 75 metres. Curve going around fourth gear. Start off the day with one of these, Racer Brown. So we're here for round 3 of MaX5, the championship we run on a Saturday evening. There may have been a small delay before I opened the mic because I have got this cracking battered sausage right next to me. I'm trying to get down my gullet because dinner ran late a little bit. But you know, there might be, if everything goes quiet for about 30 seconds, be happy in the knowledge that I'm sat there munching on a sausage. And there's no rudeness or anything in that. I am literally so here. See a lap of Big Willow. We've got 2 racers ahead of us this evening. At around about 7:30, qualifying will start for 12 minutes. After qualifying, we will start the sprint race, which is a 15-minute race from start to finish, no stops. And I have heard this can be a bit of a tyre killer around here, so the sprint race is going to be interesting. By the last lap or two, we may see some full red racing medium tyres on these MX5s. After the 15-minute race, we have a short practice, and then we'll go on to the feature race, which is a 30-minute race, and that will include pit stops, and the drivers have to use a set of racing cards at some point in the race. So we've seen some interesting strategies. IR Graham, he doesn't look like he's joined us yet. He likes to go really, really long on his. No, he starts on hards, yeah, and he can keep maintaining up with the mediums. And he stays out as late as he can, and then he puts mediums on and then just disappears from everyone like the wind. He's like whoosh into the distance. And but we see Kale, and in the first race his teammate Elevate, they both came in very close. Well, on the first race, after the first lap, they came in, put mediums on, and ran the rest of their race on mediums. And at the last race we saw a few of them come in around lap 2 to get rid of their hards. So strategies for this little MX5 championship are quite interesting. They're all over the place. Well, he went in the pits just as I pressed the camera out, which made me think, oh my. So here, let's see who's here. Let's in attendance. Doesn't look like we've got a lot of people here this evening. We've got Guesty in the Virgin MX5. Cthulhu, he's had a good showing this season so far. I have no stats in front of me, I'm afraid. I've been slightly disorganised, so I can't tell you where people came, but I can just getting on the race pad now to be able to try and tell you the championship so far, which will give you a good indication on how people how people have done in the race. So let me get to season info in our Discord. I'll tell you how to get to our Discord, and then you can look at these. Oh, look at this. We've got all the information we need. I was there winging it earlier, but let me tell you now. This circuit is Big Willow. The first race will be a 15-minute race. The lap length is 2.445 miles. It has 9 turns, and the time of day for the sprint race will be 8:20 in the morning with sunny conditions. The fuel will be ×4 and the tyre wear ×15. Racing mediums only will be used in this race. The grid will be a standing start after qualifying for the fastest place. Then, also on Big Willow, we have a 30-minute race, 2.445 miles, 9 turns. Time of day for the feature race will be at 5:30 in the afternoon in fine weather conditions. Also fuel ×4, tyre wear ×15, and the tyres are racing mediums, but you must use racing hards. And that will be a rolling start of the reverse of race 1, sprint race. Now then, onto the table. Here we go. Oh, Skyjack has joined us. Fantastic. We thought it was just going to be a one-off last week. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? It's Saturday night and Skyjacker is in the room, ready to race. Talleyrand popping around in the VRC liveried MX5. Anyway, let me get on with the table. So at the top of the table so far, after 2 rounds, is IR Graham. I haven't seen him here yet, but we've still got a good 10 minutes before qualifying, so there's still time. Might be in the garage doing some fine tuning, doing some nuts up, tightening a wheel nut here or there. Then in second place, well, what we're looking at the man is, oh sorry, I didn't tell you IR Graham's points, did I? He's got 88 points. Whoosh. Right, then second place is Talleyrand on 53 points. In third, Racer Brown on 52 points. Ooh, it's close. Then there is fourth, Kale on 48 points. After Kale is Cthulhu on 47 points. After Cthulhu, Siberian Tiger on 28 points. Then behind Siberian Tiger we have Alpha Nut on 26 points. Behind Alpha Nut is Elevate on 24 points. Iron Bobber is in 9th with 19 points. Koi Carp is in, oh no, sorry, Guesty is in 10th with also 19 points. Koi Carp is in 11th, sorry, on 19 points. Got 3 of them in 19 points there. Underneath Koi Carp, Alexis Maximus with 15 points. Behind Alexis Maximus is Skyjacker in 12th on 14 points. On 8 points is Jokers in 14th. And Mental Panda is showing in 15th, but 0 points because we've not seen him yet. He's like a little shy panda. He's not shown his face. We're waiting for him. We've got the bamboo out, waving it around, saying panda. But no, he hasn't poked his head out to race with us. But he did sign up. So hopefully before the end of the season, he will make an appearance. So there's Guesty, getting used to the American racetrack that many people don't seem to like, but I don't see the big deal. It's fun. I know if you put a wheel wrong and go out there and the sand, then you get automatically vacuumed off of the track about 16 miles away from where the track is, and then have to be weighted to ages to either drive. I think because of the nature of this track, the host has set it to that the game will automatically reset you to the track. So that's nice. Here we see Skyjacker, a rare appearance on a Saturday evening. In Google I am now typing Big Willow, and then I want to sound professional by telling you the corner names. No, because some sort of tree that's famous in Big Willow racetrack. we pop over to images. I'm giving all the secrets away. Here we go. Let's have a look. Let's see if they're sensible names. Oh my. Now, I think these are just jokes, aren't they? Well, we'll try it. Where are we? We're just around the back end, coming up to Wing's Leg. We're going through at the moment, apparently. Coming around to... Oh my gosh, what's that say? Sweeper. Yeah, well, what else would this corner be? Sweeper, yeah. Onto the start straight. Heading up to Castrol Corner, which is this left hand 90-degree turn. I think it also goes uphill, doesn't it? Oh, it's got a lovely bank on that. And then the next corner after that, we're calling Rabbit's Ear. I suppose, does it look like a rabbit's ear? Yeah, maybe. That corner just keeps going round and round. Then you've got this short straight going up to what this says, balcony. This is a biatch of a corner, getting the speed down, getting it round, and then you're just waiting and waiting, then you're back round there, you want to get the accelerator on, and then you've got to brake. No sooner are you on the accelerator to get around this corner. And if you late brake into this corner, you've lost everything. But if you brake early enough and take good speed through that corner, sets you up for this second half of this lap. Let's have a look around. Alexis Maximus, 119.01. Fastest so far by 700ths. There you go. There's that sand. Whoa! He launched that bad boy. Spun it around. You spin me. And then there you go. Track reset. Because he'd be there forever. He'd still be there now going round and round if we didn't have the track reset going on. So Alexis Maximus pushing beyond that car can take. Skyjacker pitted. Cthulhu, sister car to Alexis Maximus, hasn't set a time and he's pitted. Oh, everybody's pitting, are they? Kale, he's just poodling around on his outlap. Pat has made an appearance. That's fantastic, and that is a lively looking car, isn't it? That really striking. That stands out. Oh, ready for quali already. Did everyone enter? I thought we were waiting for Alpha not to be right back. We've got Koikarp, but he hasn't entered yet, has he? Okay. Well, I'm getting involved, because I like to. And I'm going to type Y, like everybody else does. Get rid of all of this. Everybody's Ying it. Oh, sorry, I didn't tell you what was after. Oh, yeah, up around that tight one was balcony. And we'll get there in quali. Now, is that everyone in the pits? No, Alexis still going around. Kale is cruising for his outlap. Alphanut out there having a quick recce. Do you know what? This seems like a great opportunity just to have a little bite of my battered sausage. Give me just 1 second. Watching Alphanut going around right now on his outlap. Oh, Skyjacker, where are you? I think we want to get underway. Jam Huntington, yeah, baby. It's a battered one as well. Here we go. Everyone seems to be ready. Racer Brown out there in the Red Bull liveried Mazda MX5, 8/10 ahead of Alexis Maximus. No, I can't read what that green writing says. Gus, I want to say Gus. No, I'm not even going to try. Skyjacker in the Monster Mazda. We've started qualifying now. See who will be a legend at Big Willow. There's no IR Graham, is there? Wow. Yes, we're here, 9 a.m. 9, yes, in America. Look at those air balloons, aren't they pretty? There we go. Oh, get rid of those. Bring that back. Because we want to see the times. So Racer Brown and Talleyrand are first out onto track to get rid of their out laps. Looks like Racer Brown's going to stick up close to Talleyrand rather than dropping back. Pat's car this evening is a Rebellion Racing split colour livery, so we'll have a look at that on his outlap in a minute. These two, strange outlap to be having this close together. Racer Brown, he wants a clean track ahead of him. Talleyrand slowing down, looking for a bit more space. There we see Alexis Maximus next on the track. Guesty, he's got a nice fair bit of space from Alexis. Alexis' teammate Cthulhu behind Guesty. Alphanut. It was Wriggles, wasn't it? Wriggles at MX5. Skyjacker in the Monster MX5. KO. HP wheel deal. Team. Here we go, there's Pat. We can see in the Rebellion Racing split colour livery. It's looking striking. And quick up in his Rothmans, trying to just get past Pat there while Pat's ghosted. Get a bit of clean air in front. So now we can see this on the it's inspired by the Audi H-Pec livery that he did recently. You should check out some of his designs. Post some in our Discord, and they're always spanking. They really do look good. He put a good one in for the livery contest, by the way. Oh man, I should have the winner. I shouldn't start talking about things. Big huge thanks to Sean Bull Designs for judging the livery contest. The livery contest was judged and a winner was chosen. Let me try and find it. So look, so organised, aren't I? I could have done this all beforehand, knowing we're at livery competition. I want to get the bloke's name correct. Who did it? It was a cracking livery, I must say. Fair win. GTSV Kritzy, K-R-I-Z-I-E, Kritzy. He did a lovely GoPro livery, looked great. So, oh, sorry, 2 laps in. Racer Brown has come pole. I'm too busy looking. I'm missing out this. So here we go. Guessy's done a 118.3. Cthulhu's done a 118.8. Lex done a 127.2. So Racer Brown is on the front row of the grid at the moment with a 117.528. Followed very closely by Talleyrand in second place with a 118.177. He's only 6.5 tenths behind Racer Brown. Behind Talleyrand, Guesty with a 118.340. Only a tenth behind Talleyrand's time. Behind Guesty in fourth we have Cthulhu, who's 4 tenths adrift with a 118.813. In fifth place, Kale has just done a 119.538. Pat in sixth. Nothing's moved above us, so that Pat did a 120.845, sorry, in sixth. Skyjacker did a 126.771, so it looks like we've had a few offs already. Alexis Maximus has done a 127.257. We saw him do a 19 in the free practice. So Koi Karp's done a 28.390. These guys must all be recovering. Talleyrand's just set a 117.989. It's put him 4 tenths away from Racer Brown. Cthulhu's bettered his time with an 18.6. He's in fourth, just ahead of Kale by 8 tenths, 3 tenths behind Guesty. Guesty did a fantastic time there, and he's on the pace here is Guesty. We saw him, I think. First time this season, this championship. He was on the back foot, started a bit late in the first round. But he's hit the ground running here. Talleyrand has set a 118.9, which is good for 5th place. And Alphanut has set a 130.3. Koikat's just done a 119.8. That's put him in 7th place there. Behind Kale, 6/10. 19.8 in the Rothmans Mazda. So up ahead, Racer Brown, a 117.5. It's 4.5 tenths faster than Talleyrand. Talleyrand's going towards the line now, so we'll be able to see if he can topple it at Racer Brown yet. Oh, he's gone faster, 17.898, but only a couple of tenths. He's now 3.7 behind. Racer Brown went across the line with the 123. Guesty. Has he just gone? No, Cthulhu set a time. No, Cthulhu's gone up into 3rd place with that time. At 118.078. Lexus Maximus has done a 118.682. That's good for 5th place. The Spaniards moving up the grid. Guesty holding that 4th place still. Someone's gone across. Kale, a 118.8. Skyjacker, 118.2. Skyjacker in 4th. He's just gone ahead of Guesty. And Kale's time keeps him in 7th, I believe. Ahead of Alphanut by 6/10. Alphanut's done a 119.5. Put it 6/10 behind Kale. Koikart of 19.3. Who's moved ahead of Alphanut, I believe, in 8th. There's Koi. Alpha in 9th with a 19.5. Pat just cracking away. Brown 123 on his last lap. So who's on the move? Here we go. Here we can see Talleyrand's coming up towards the line. Let's press this. I don't press it enough. Boom. No, he's not gone faster. Racer Brown. Oh, come on. Oh, that would have been a cool shot if you saw him going across the line. So neither of these. Oh, Racer Brown was close. Guesty 118.2. He's taken that 4th place back off a Skyjacker. They're in a battle, Skyjacker and Guesty, for grid supremacy. Alexa Maximus done an 18.429. He's in 6th, just 1.5 tenths behind Skyjacker. Kale's done an 18.669. He's kept him in 7th. Skyjacker's done an 18.1. Has come back ahead of Guesty by 300ths of a second. 118.173. Alpha is on the cusps of coming into the 18s. A 119.097. Koikarp's done a 19.062. So Koikarp and Alpha are in the same similar battle as Skyjacker and Guesty. Keep swapping places. There's nothing between them. 300ths. Racer Brown again up ahead. Just behind Talleyrand. Talleyrand crossing the line for a... It's come faster again, but still not fast enough. A 117.873. Racer Brown did a 17.6. So Talleyrand slowly chipping away that pole time. Cthulhu crosses the line for an 18.3. Skyjacker locked in that battle with Guesty. I'm guessing is Guesty just ahead of him? No. Guess he's been over the line, did 23 on his last lap. Here comes Skyjacker, post a 118.1. But Cthulhu, when did Cthulhu? Oh, that was a while ago, so yeah. But I just thought Kale's gone up to 2nd place. Kale did a 17.663. Alphanut's done an 18.384. That's put him up in 7th ahead of Alexis Maximus. So Kale's done a 117.663. He's split Talleyrand and Racer Brown. He's a 10th and a bit behind Racer Brown and 2 tenths ahead of Talleyrand. Whoa! And he's trying to find a new line through the rabbit ear, did I call it? Wow, this qualifying is so tight. Pat, 120.3. Cthulhu then. Talleyrand's on a 17.7, but still only in 3rd, 500ths of a second off of Kale's time. A 1:17.719 then for Talleyrand. Let's have one of them. Like I said, I'm not pressing them enough. I should press them when I land on a car. Who's that? Alexis Maximus just gone fourth with a 1:17.966. That's a fantastic lap. He's put himself a tenth ahead of his teammate who's in fifth. So the order so far is Racer Brown is on pole by 0.135 tenths of a second. Ooh, see Pat there, just ahead of Racer Brown. So Kale is in second so far. Someone else set time. Kuikart's put an 18.8 in. We'll get down to him. So Kale second, Talleyrand third with a 17.719. Alexis has put it into fourth with a 17.9. What's the time? It's only a minute and a half, so we're on our last laps virtually. Cthulhu, oh, Talleyrand 17.6. Still, where is he? 100th off. Look how he's chipped away at those times. 17.8, 17.9. So Racer Brown didn't go faster. This has got to be their last laps now. Kale is on the opposite side of the track. Guest he's done a 17.8. It's put him back up into fourth. He really wants that fourth place. Keeps snatching it off of everyone. Great work from the Virgin MX5. Racer Brown then, whereabouts on the tracks here? Who's that? Who's coming around to the lines? I'm missing people. Oh, we're going to look down at Alpha Nuts, Kuikart and Pat. Still not finished yet. We've still got 30 seconds. These guys can still get a lap in. To Kuikart coming across the line. Did it 18.818 last. Speed his time by a tenth. But he's 4 tenths behind Alpha Nut, 1.5 seconds ahead of Pat. Racer Brown now, this has got to be his last lap. Talleyrand Talleyrand's coming round the last corner. The sweeper onto the final straight, across the line. Can he finally do it? No, 17.9. Racer Brown next to come across the line, is it? Or there's someone just ahead of him, who is it? I don't know, so I'll go back to Racer Brown. Racer Brown's coming across the line. Cthulhu's at a 17.9. Puts him in fifth ahead of his teammate. Racer Brown's gone across the line. 29 no. Kale's not managed. Racer Brown's not managed to beat his time. Doesn't look like Kale has. Talleyrand is still flying around. He's still got an opportunity. He's pushing. Skyjack has done a 1:18.0, which has put him in 7th place. Just ahead of Alpha, who's in 8th. So Racer Brown, Kale, Talleyrand we're watching on his last lap. I was waiting for a sector. He's got a sector here. Oh, we can't move away, can we? We're up by nearly 2 tenths on pole time. Just coming round into the last corner. Talleyrand in 3rd. He's been fighting for that pole all the way through this race. How brave can he be in this last corner, going onto the straight? He's 4th. He's screaming the balls off it. He's up to 5th. He's heading down the straight. Can he keep it purple? Yes! Talleyrand 1:17.409. Got pole. The very last move of the race. I didn't get to read all that, sorry. Wow. What a qualifying session, hey? There we have Talleyrand, Racer Brown, Kale, Guesty, Cthulhu, Maximus, Skyjacker, Alpha Nut, Kuikart, Pat. Ready to do 15 minutes battle around Big Willow. And we know there are hundreds that parted them all, if that, tenths. Ooh, I haven't got all the information. There you go. I can't see any lights, so I don't know what lights they're looking at. And they're off. Talleyrand leading from Racer Brown. Kale still in 3rd. Oh dear. Alpha Nut's going backwards, it looks like. I don't know what's happened to Alpha Nut. But Talleyrand leading from Racer Brown to Kale, still in 3rd. Guessed he's held that 4th. Cthulhu still in 5th. Skyjacker looks like Skyjacker and Kuikart look like they've jumped Alexis. Skyjacker just behind Cthulhu. Skyjacker and Cthulhu, they were in a battle yesterday evening for qualifying at Le Mans, which we think, oh, Koikar's gone really wide, and so's Alexis. They're both woefully off. Up ahead then, Talleyrand ahead of Racer Brown, just about. Kale's there as well. They're all within a shout of each other. One wheel wrong. We've seen what's happened to Alexis and Koikar up at the back. There, fourth, Guesty, still holding. He's dropping a little bit back away from the front trio. And he's got a bit of breathing space from Cthulhu, but Cthulhu, we know, he can move when he wants to. Skyjacker clinging onto the back of this battle for the top 6. A little bit further back, Koikar's made it back onto the track ahead of Alexis. And there's Pat just behind them. Racing, there's a yellow flag, and there's Alphanaut. We saw he seemed to be doing a U-turn on the grid. So I don't know what the yellow flag was for, but we've got Talleyrand. No, Cal. Oh no, Racer Brown down to 6th. Racer Brown, obviously, I don't think we'll see it, but we'll try. No, we'll see the end of it. It was in the last corner, pushing hard, I imagine. And now he's down to 6th place. So up ahead, Talleyrand is 2nd ahead of Kale. Kale's chasing him down. Tail's going just second lap, sorry. Guesty up to 3rd. Is Guesty going to get a podium? His first podium in the Virtual Racers Club. That would be fantastic. But Cthulhu, who's getting used to that podium step now, he's got something to say about it. He's got past him off camera. That was a great angle, thank you, GT Sport. And there's Skyjacker. He's going to have a look, but it's to the outside now. Guesty's got the better line through that corner, but Skyjacker's still there alongside. They're going in to the last corner, side by side. Looks like Skyjacker, no, Guesty's just edged it on the inside. Skyjacker has to dip back, but is he going to pull to the inside and try and just make a, oh, and we just see Guesty getting sucked off the track. It's that vacuum that I told you about. So up ahead then, Talleyrand 1.4 seconds ahead of Kale. Kale is in 2nd, 1.3 seconds ahead of Cthulhu. Cthulhu only less than a second ahead of Skyjacker, and Skyjacker there is 7 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. We saw her having an off, but Koikar only 1.2 seconds behind Racer Brown, catching him. And behind Koikar we have Alexis and Maximus. Guesty is 3.4 seconds behind us when we saw him just have his off. We'll keep an eye at the top there, that anything changes I'll try and cut to it. But Alexis and Koikar, they're in quite a battle in this race so far. Going up to the rabbit here. Like I said, you just off the accelerator, get back on the accelerator, and then it's not soon as you're up to 4th gear, you got to be back on them brakes again to get through this corner. Get a lovely drive. He's got closer for Koi. He's only 3 tenths behind him. Can he try and make a move into the Big Dipper? Big Dipper. Where am I? Bathurst or something? Jesus, sweeper, wasn't it? Into the last corner. In a little dream world. I've done 3 races this weekend, so you know, give me a break. Bathurst on Thursday. It was Lasarth last night, Friday, and now Big Willow. So coming out of this battle and having it as a, I want to just stick with it, see if he'll have a stab into the first corner. Talleyrand, Kale, oh, Skyjacker's in 3rd, sorry. Oh, we've just caught the end of the move, it seems. So Skyjacker up to 3rd ahead of Cthulhu. He was always threatening. Ahead of these guys, Talleyrand is 1.7 seconds. He's steadily getting away from Kale, but they're not far off lap times. And like I said, this is Big Willow, and there is that weird vacuum that if one tyre or one molecule of your tyre goes onto any grain of sand either side of the black stuff, you are going off. So Cthulhu chasing down Skyjacker. He's doing 19s. Skyjacker is 18.8 on his last lap. Got a little bit of pace on Cthulhu, but Cthulhu's now should be getting a nice tow off of Skyjacker down this lovely long straight. Racer Brown, oh look, Alexis did get past Koi Carp in the end. After watching it, we missed Skyjacker's move, and then we went to see Skyjacker, and we moved Alexis's move. So that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. But Koi Carp will not let that go. Alpha Nut has getting himself up ahead of Guesty and ahead of Pat. Pat's dropped back a little bit now, but that is one hell of a nice looking car. Guesty we saw running in fourth with a good pace on the leaders. Ooh, be careful of the outside of the track. Guesty is dangerous, and Alpha slinging it into those corners. Man on a mission. We don't know what happened to him on the grids, but he is driving furiously. 7th, Koi Carp, he was ahead of Alexis. We missed the move. Alexis pulled on him, but he's not letting him get away. He's coming at him with both barrels. Alexis, nice steady run so far. For 6th place. In 5th, Eraser Brown was fighting for pole, had pole for most qualifying until the very last bit. Don't touch that ground, don't touch the sand. It's dangerous. So Racer Brown in 5th from 2nd. Saw him having off in the last corner. Cthulhu, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Where am I going? I'm going this way. Cthulhu then, his last lap 20.9. Ooh. Now we'll have to keep an eye on the tyres, because it looks to me like his left tyre looks very, very used. Looks like he's been spinning on one wheel. So there's Cthulhu. We're slowly moving up the grid. Skyjacker. Skyjacker's been using that outer left, front left, but not as much as Cthulhu. Kale. Oh, look at that. That's pleasant. He's barely leaning on those tyres. So he's still 1.7 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. How is Talleyrand looking after those tyres? It's a little bit worse than Kale's. Come the end of the 15 minutes, I believe we may find a little issue with tyre wear. But so far, Talleyrand is holding Kale at a steady 1.7, 1.8 second distance, controlling his race, keeping his lap times in the 19.4s, 19.1, he did 18.9 on lap 4, so you can see the paces slowly dropping off that car. Skyjacker dropping off of Kale, that tyre wear. Cthulhu 3 seconds behind Skyjacker. So Racer Brown, he's using his tyres, but he's getting closer to Cthulhu. He's done a 19.3, 19.3 and a 19.4 on his last 3 laps. Cthulhu 21.1 on his last lap, 20 before that. So he's in the mid to late 20s, early 21s. So Racer Brown should be able to catch him up if he sticks into the 19s. Behind Racer Brown, Alexis Maximus did 19.685 on his last lap. He's not suffering with tyres as much of his teammate, but they can still feel him. Koi, who we saw quite close to the back of Alexis, has dropped back to 2.2 seconds. He did a 20.472 on his last lap. But I must say, I am amazed how well these drivers are staying on the track. I thought it was going to be like a wreck fest, cars going off all over the shop. Guesty has found himself a nice little bit of space. His last lap wasn't too hot, a 36, must have had a bit of an off. So the battle up in the lead is still 1.8 seconds, nearly 2 seconds. He did 19.4 on his last lap, so he's maintaining a good pace, but so is Kale, and his tyres look so much more healthier. He's done a 19.4 on his last lap. Looked like dust ahead there, but no, Talleyrand's still going all in the right direction there. Skyjacker's dropped off another few seconds. He's really lost the pace in that car. Racer Brown has got past Cthulhu. I think we could catch that. So there's Racer Brown catching up Cthulhu. Going around the long right hand corner, up the short straight. He's got the drive. Oh, Cthulhu went out wide there for some reason, off track virtually. There's just no grip in that car, I believe. And there we see Racer Brown getting past. So Nothing's changed. Racer Brown has pulled a second away from Cthulhu's tyres. He's coping with his tyres a lot better than those around him, and Skyjacker must be starting to get a bit nervous with only 4.5 minutes left of this race. His tyres are virtually over half red shot, that front left, and he's got a very fast Racer Brown heading in his general direction. Behind Racer Brown, Cthulhu, we can see ailing with his tyres. Alexis Maximus not as bad, he might catch his teammate, it's only 3 seconds behind him. Kuykart dropping way back there, and Alphanut, looks like Kuykart was paying a penalty, and Alphanut has moved up to 7th place, seconds behind Alexis. He's not suffering as much as others with his tyres. Kuykart there, saw lift off to let Alpha through. Guesty 10 seconds behind Koi. His tyres not as bad as some other guys. If he could have kept that place up front, he's doing 21s. He could have carried on with them. And let's have a look at Pat's car. He's good with his tyres. He's not roughed them up too much. So ahead. It's half a second, guys. Talleyrand did a 1:20.087 on his last lap. Kale did a 1:19.8. Looks like Kale can still. Oh no! Kale's off. Talleyrand's off. Everybody's off. Whoa! 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 Kale's back on the track. Talleyrand's still trying to drive. It hasn't been reset yet. It must still count him as being on the track. Talleyrand's lost out loads there. Kale's there. I don't think they touched, but it looks like Kale's waiting. Skyjacker is in second. No, Talleyrand's now leading. Skyjacker second. Kale in third. Racer Brown is in fourth. Cthulhu in fifth. My lord, it looked a lot worse. It looked like Talleyrand wasn't on the track, but now he's got Skyjacker sitting right behind him. Skyjacker's tyres are shot, and Talleyrand's are as well, but they're not as shot as Skyjacker's. Dare Skyjacker make a move on Talleyrand. Kale's dropped way back. Looked like Kale was I was just getting in car with Kale, so it looked like we were just coming up to the back of Skyjacker. That was immense. Kale's got a fan out there, Tristan Botha, saying go Kale. He's doing a fine job there. It looked like he was going towards the lead, but they both had a simultaneous off, which I don't think had anything to do with each other. I think they both just naturally went off. So Talleyrand half a second ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's got no pace left in those tyres. Kale is half a second behind Skyjacker, and Racer Brown is catching these guys. Oh, he's finally into the 20s. He's feeling those tyres this last corner. They've got to be deadly careful around the last corner. Two teammates, Alexis and Cthulhu, racing each other. Careful in that last corner, guys, with no grip. It is easy to go off. It's scary. So Alexis still holding. Oh, there he goes. See, Cthulhu, no grip. Absolutely no grip. That last corner will take you out, Alpha. He's got a bit better tyres. He's come round. Oh my, so up ahead, what's going on? Talleyrand, 6/10 ahead of Skyjacker. Kale is only a 10th behind Skyjacker. We are getting ready for the move here up this short straight. No, we're off again. That grip, he's getting back on the track. That's alright. Where's Racer Brown? Is Racer Brown going to come flying past us? No, Racer Brown's now right behind us. Racer Brown's having a look around the outside. Kale's trying to get some traction. He's trying to get some grip. He's trying to get anything, but he's got the better tyre wear than the guys around him. But there you go, Racer Brown just taken third place from Kale. I'm not going to keep getting on car with Kale. It's not fair. He keeps having small offs. I'm going to stay well away from Kale. I'm ruining his race. Commentator's curse or whatever you want to call it. But that seems weird that both times I've gone to him to get ready for an overtake, he's ended up off the road. So Talleyrand 1.6 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. He mustn't believe his luck. I thought he thought he was going to get taken by Racer Brown, and he still might, because Racer Brown's only 7/10 and he's flying. Racer Brown's not messing around at all. Let's go in his car. We've got 13 seconds before the end of this race. These guys are going to cross the line. Racer Brown looking into the first corner on the brakes. He's on the apex. Does he make it stick? We're out the car. Oh yes, he's using the grip a lot better than Skyjacker can. So who didn't get across the line? Oh, Alpha is going to be the first of the finishers in 7th place. Well done, great finish. Koi in 8th, just behind Guesty. Oh, his race could have been totally different. Look at those tyres. Everybody struggled with the tyres. We did say at the beginning of this. So Talleyrand, He's only 2 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. He's got to stay ahead for this lap. Talleyrand's lap times have been in the 1:21.2, 1:23. Racer Brown is 20.7, 20.3. It's a little bit faster at this point of the race, but there's not much you can do with only half a lap. But he's done well trying. Kale's got past Skyjacker. See, if I don't watch Kale, he has a fantastic race. Skyjacker down to 4th, that's where he was originally. Cthulhu up ahead of his teammate. We saw Cthulhu having a big off, but he somehow got past Alexis for that 5th place. Talleyrand, we're watching him round the last corner. Racer Brown 1.6 seconds. Never could quite catch him up along the straight. We see Talleyrand just about to cross the finish line to win. Congratulations. There's Racer Brown in 2nd, Kel 3rd, Skyjacker 4th, Cthulhu coming round. Oh, just getting... No, Alexis is showing ahead. Alexis is going to take the place off track. I don't know if that's quite allowed. We'll see. Alpha is in 7th, Koi Cup in 8th, and Guesty 9th, Pat 10th. Wow, that was an up and down race. Wasn't it just? There you go. Well done to our very own VRC Talleyrand. Pole position, fastest lap, and victory. No IR Graham. That's going to help with the championship. They do drop scores in this championship, but that helps. That helps a lot in the championship fight. So, as we usually do, we'll take you up to the race results, because it's a bit more interesting to look at. So there you can see your results. The fastest lap was a 1:18.499 that Talleyrand set on lap 2. Talleyrand won the race. It looked like Kale was starting to come at him near the end when tyre wear was a factor, and then they both had an off. Came on, Skyjacker split them, and Kale looked like he was going to make a move on to Skyjacker and had again another small off, which let Racer Brown through into 2nd place. Racer Brown, I bet, after he had his early off from 2nd place, wouldn't in his dreams believe he'd end up back in 2nd place again, and there he is. Fantastic. Kale 3rd, Skyjacker 4th, Alexis, Maximus and Cthulhu had a very interesting race with each other. Alexis and Koi Kart were racing earlier. Cthulhu was up there with the leaders, but his tyre wear, I think, dropped him down a little bit. Alpha Nut we saw doing a weird UE on the start straight line at the very beginning of the race, and he's fought his way back up to 7th place ahead of Koi Cup. Guesty we saw have an unfortunate off from 3rd. Actually, he got himself up to 3rd, didn't he, because Racer Brown had an off. So Guesty from 3rd down to 9th, and Pat in 10th. That was a beautiful race. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the feature race. 30 minutes with hard tyres. It's going to be unbelievable. We're going to go at 1/4 that gives us 15 minutes. So as per usual, I will go to spectate. Let's get all this stuff ready, shall we? We'll take that off, put that on, and we shall watch. Who shall we watch? It's going to be out of Cthulhu and Guesty. Cthulhu on the hard tyres. Pat looks like he's going to start on the mediums. Talleyrand looks like he's going to start on the mediums. Oh, it looks like Alexis Maximus might have had something to do with Alpha Nut at the beginning. Shall we watch Guesty for a short while, and then we'll close the mic off to give you a break from my monotone, boring voice and the garbly goop that I come out with, and I'll join you shortly for the feature race. good evening and welcome back to the Virtual Racers Club. Just finished off my sausage. It was absolutely delicious. Bit cold, but you know, that is life. I'm not eating chips, they're too cold. But yum yum. What an exciting race. Race 1 turned out to be. Oh, I love this track. Look at this corner. You're just accelerating and accelerating. You're lifting off. Round and round and round. Where does it end? Get across that and then floor the bad boy straight down that straight. Hope no one got a better drive through that corner than you. Behind you. Going into the first corner. Deep. Ooh, nearly on the 50 there. Dabbing the brakes. He's going around in 4th. His Guesty. Beautiful. So we come back ready for race 2 of round 3. Have I said it enough? I haven't really, have I? Hello, Virtual Racers Club. We're here with the MaX5 Championship in round 3 here at Big Willow. Race 1, the sprint race was absolutely mind-boggling. It was brilliant. Talleyrand won. Racer Brown looked like his closest competitor. Racer Brown had an early off on lap 1 or 2, and then Kale was following closely Skyjacker for most of the race, and then very near the end tyres were starting to go off. Not Racer Brown, Kale was chasing Talleyrand, and then they both had an off. Skyjacker took second. I'm not telling you the whole race, we've just watched it, haven't we? But it was a humdinger. It was well worth a view, in my opinion. Racer Brown, in practice, has gone fastest with a 19.712. They're on the hard tyres. That's a good pace on hard tyres there. They were doing like 19. Did someone do a 17? I'm not sure, but hard tyres, not a bad pace. So it looks like Racer Brown was starting on hards. It looks like Guesty will be starting on the hard tyres. Tulu, he's got his hard-ons on, and so's Alexis Maximus, racing hards. Alphanut, he's looks like he might be starting on the mediums, going for a sprint. He'll be quite high up the order. He finished in 7th, I think. So yeah, he'll be on the reverse rolling grid. He'll be in a good position. So maybe he's thinking mediums, give himself a bit of a sprint away from the other guys. Kale, oh, he's got the mediums now. Kale, both races, the last 2, I mean, all 4 of the races, no, 2, because it's only the feature races. The last 2 feature races, he has started on the hard tyre as Kale and come in on a very early pit stop. But judging by the sprint race and how badly their tyres were affected, especially in the last 5 minutes or so, they may want to stay on the hard tyres for quite a long time through this race, and the pace isn't terrible. Kale's got a 21.1 out of the hard tyre, but we have seen Racer Brown get, it was definitely a 19, didn't he? No, yeah, 19. 19.4, and Alpha, well, he's done a 19.0, but he's on medium tyres. So where were we up to anyway? Alex hard tyres. Pat opted for medium tyres, but he will be starting near the front of the grid. He will be starting out the front of the grid. So medium tyres will give him the boost that he'll need to get away from those around him. Like I said, Kale, I'm surprised, is on the mediums. Koikar also opted for the medium tyres. Oh, so it's kind of split. And there's Talleyrand opting to start on racing hard, and he'll be at the very back of the grid, so he's going to have a big job following a Racer Brown through. Alphanut's gone fastest. It looked like he was having a meeting with Skyjacker. There's Skyjacker just in front of him. Oh, Skyjacker, he looks like we're going to get our donuts. Who we get from, where is Skyjacker? 3rd. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, coming out of the car. Looks like we're going to get a synchronized display. A few of us. The camera's crap. Sort that out. Here we go. Just in the pit exit. Donutting. Is MX5. There we we've got the two Spaniards. Oh, nice. It's all gone crazy in free practice. Only a minute or so to left. Oh, I haven't given the signal. I bet they don't know. Talleyrand's probably sat there thinking, what is this madness? And I haven't given the secret code word, which is back. That's silly of me and slow of me. I was back ages ago, guys. Don't worry about it. Oh dear. That's right. There you go. Cale's gone fastest with a 1:18.630. 4 tenths faster than Alpha Nut. Skyjacker, Donuts. Cthulhu, Donuts. Alexis, Maximus, Donuts. Talleyrand whipping around. Getting used to those hard tyres. This is the thing. Those that are going around getting used to what the grip is on the hard tyres. But I am sure 100% that those that are doing donuts are checking out what the tyre wear is. It's a scientifical experiment. Pat looked like he was doing some nice ones. I was looking for him. Here you go. Oh, IR Graham apologises he can't be here, and he believes Cale. He's shout for Cale for the win. It's going to be tricky. He looked after his tyres the best in that last race. Oh dear, Racer Brown needs a comfort brake. But yes, Cale did seem to look after his tyres the best. But he was prone to just touching the dirt a little bit. I can't pick it, you know. Talleyrand had a great race. Racer Brown had a great race. I want Guesty to win. Guesty had a fantastic race. It was right shame. No weight shedding. Very good. But yeah, Cale is in with a shout, I reckon. Racer Brown, if he can keep it on the black stuff. Then Talleyrand, obviously. Alpha Nut, it's not beyond him. He's a good driver. He's had some bad luck in MaX5. I don't know what I'm looking at here. This is like the worst glitch ever. And here they come. Now you can see Cale is in the lead from Alpha Nut. Alpha Nut spinning fast. Oh, but Cale, he's gone the wrong way. Cthulhu now. Oh, he's around. The handbrakes are on. Oh my lord. What a race. Now there's no overtaking, but Skyjacker just overtaken everybody. This is crazy. The rules are out the window. Skyjacker is flying. He's going to do a jump. Way! Hit the invisible wall. But there, Alpha Nut, away! And Cale, we're all doing the jumps now. We've moved on from donuts to the Dukes of Hazzard. Just the good old boys. Everyone's Ying it. So I go, oh yeah, Pat. Pat pulling off some handbrake turns. It's just showing off, guys. You're all just showing off. So with all this showboating in between races for the audience, this is what the Americans love. They're not bothered about racing. They like donuts. Especially the police force. So everyone's getting themselves into look at the back tyres of a Lexus Maximus. Yeah, you use those hards up. How was your experiment with tyre wear? Now how does that drive round corners with no rear grip? Oh my. Just dab that accelerator. Cale did the fastest time in this, what we could call a practice session, with an 18.630. Second fastest was Alpha Nut, 4 tenths behind him. Oh, Alpha slips on racing hards, where I thought, so Cale's still in the racing mediums. Alpha Nut slips on some racing hards. Skyjacker's got hards. Cthulhu on hards. Alexis on hards. Talleyrand on hards. Pat's on mediums, Coy's going with mediums, Guesty is on hards, and Racer Brown is on hards. Ooh, interesting. So only Kale, and is it Coy, did I say? Coy Carp have opted to go for mediums, it looks like, in the feature race when it starts. It said quarter past, it's nearly 20 past. So any longer and then I'm going to start doing my Formula 1 car impressions. Is one. It's going to be tricky for you to guess. Ready? Meow. That was a Ferrari F1. Right, listen for the subtle differences. You've got to listen for the subtle differences in the tones. Meow. That was a McLaren. See, it's clever, isn't it? Meow. Now that one was a Williams. Eh? I'm a man of many talents. I don't know why I'm wasting my time commentating. I should be on tour doing Formula 1 engines. Meow. That was a Toro Rosso. So I can do it with all sorts. I can do dogs if you want. Woof woof. That's a Yorkshire Terrier. Woof woof. That is a Great Dane. Oh, this one's going to be tricky. This will be difficult for you because it's a difficult one. Woof woof. See, that was a little bit more aggressive, that wolf, remember? So, yeah, that was a Rottweiler. There you go. It's uncanny, isn't it? Isn't it just? Unbelievable. Come on, guys. I'm doing impressions of dogs here. And Formula 1 cars. There's no relation between the two of them. This is qualifying. It's how long can you take it over the line. Come on. Oh, it isn't qualifying, is it? Hey, Skyjacker's found a new way around the track. Here we go. The host is saying let's go. That must mean that we're going to go. Yeah! Never have I ever been happier to see the final will begin in blah seconds. So strap yourselves in, people out there who've just had to sit through all of that. I am going barking mad, Pat. You are right. That's because you lot are doing donuts and I'm meant to be talking about racing. I don't know what to talk about when you're going woo 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 round and round. Oh, let's press the F1 button to get rid of the big numbers, big white no one wants to see. So there is Pat on the front row on medium tyres. Camera angle's fun. H, G, oh yeah, similar. So Pat, the countdown's happened and they are off. Pat pulling down the straight. His medium tyres gives him a bit of an advantage from the other guys. Guesty in the tow on the hard tyres. They're going into the tight left. Guesty's caught Pat up. He's alongside him. Further back, Koi Carp, Alpha, Cthulhu, Alexis, Skyjacker, Kale. Talaran doesn't look like there's much movement there. Guesty has made the move on Pat. And now Koi Carp's looking for a way past. Not yet. Those grippier medium tyres will serve Pat well. Look how much grip Pat's got. He's up the inside of Guesty. These guys on hard tyres are going to struggle through these corners. But there's Koi Carp. He's looking up the inside of Pat. Pat's moving over to the inside to protect that line. Koi Carp's going to have to go around the outside. He can't. He's trying to go one side, then Pat's over, and then he's trying to go the other side, and Pat's over. Pat can't pick a racing line, so Koi has to just sit behind them. Alpha is having struggle from Cthulhu. Cthulhu's looking for some pressure. Skyjacker in 7th. Alexa Brown's dropped behind Kale, has he? Yes. And there's Racer Brown right behind Alexis, and Talleyrand is about a second behind these guys. Up ahead then Guesty, ahead of Pat. Pat still ahead of Koi Carp. Skyjacker's up to 4th. Cthulhu, look like, oh, it's 3 into 1. No, Cthulhu ahead of Kale. Alpha's dropped behind there quite a bit. I think we might have had a penalty or something, and had to have a lift along the straight. Racer Brown now looking for a way past Alpha Nut. These are all on their hard tyres. Oh, Racer Brown's off. Racer Brown's off. Oh, he's come on and give Alexis Maximus a nudge, but he hasn't affected Alexis Maximus much there, and there's Alpha's had a bit of off as well. Up ahead, Guesty still leading the way. No, Pat's come back at Guesty. Pat is ahead of Guesty. Guesty's struggling. Skyjacker is there as well, just ahead of Koi, but Guesty is showing ahead of Skyjacker. It's a real battle for first place here. Pat's still leading from Guesty, from Skyjacker to Koi. Just behind them, Cthulhu, a little bit on his own, with his teammate behind him, Kale behind him. Racer Brown, we saw have a bit of an off. Alpha Nut is just ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand having a look around the last corner to see if there's a way. Oh, Alpha's gone really wide into that corner. So up ahead then, Pat, still ahead of Guesty, but only just because it looks like Koi Carp and Skyjacker. 3 abreast. No, Koi is ahead of Skyjacker, and Guesty is in between the two of them, but no. Looks like Cthulhu really wants to get past Guesty now. Pat still leading this race by 7/10 of a second from Koi Carp, who's 6/10 ahead of Skyjacker. A real battle up the front here. Cthulhu, Mac and Alexis have both got past Kale. Where did Guesty drop down to? Oh, it looks like Guesty had a bit of an off. He's back there with Alpha Nut. Alpha Nut chasing him down. Oh, what a shame. He was doing brilliantly. So Koi has taken the lead. We've lost Pat. Pat's taken. Oh yeah, it's just a worry about playing replays because you miss something when you're on a replay. So yeah, there's Pat. He's gone out wide in the rabbit ear, and Koi got up the inside of him. Very cool move. So let's get out of this, get back to the race. So Koi ahead of Skyjacker, who's ahead of Pat. Pat's trying to block off Cthulhu from going up the inside. Cthulhu's almost half a car's length already up. No, he's not. But in this last corner, dangerous stuff. Oh, Alexis looked like he was going out wide there, and Kale's, oh, there's a bit of bargy. The largy bargy coming out of the last corner between Kale and Alexis Maximus gives Racer Brown something to aim at. He's looking racy. He wants to get ahead of them. Talleyrand now ahead of Guesty and Alpha Nut. Guesty going in early, getting rid of those hard tyres. Does not like them. Does not like them. Going to get shot of them. It's going to go with Kale's usual strategy, whereas Kale went out there on the medium tyres. How's he getting on with those medium tyres? He's in 8th. Oh no, he put hard tyres on. 6th place he's in. So who was on the hard tyres? Just Guesty? Oh, Koi. Koi's on medium tyres as well. It's doing him well. 4/10 ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's on the hard tyres. He's got Pat Company, who's also on the medium tyres behind him. So he's doing well to keep pace with these two. Cthulhu fighting off his teammate Alexis and Maximus, who's got Kale and Racer Brown fighting behind him. Oh, there's no quarter given between these drivers. There really isn't. And you've got to really hope that someone gives you a car's width, because if you've not got the car's width, you're on the dirt. And that just sucks you right off into another zone. Talleyrand looking like he's going to make a move on Kale. Kale's out wide. Talleyrand's up the inside. Talleyrand, is it a move? It is. And Racer Brown as well. Oh no, Kale's out really wide. They're going all into the pits now. People are pitting. Koi's pitted. No, Koi stayed out. So Kale, Alexis and Cthulhu have all pitted, or in the pit should I say. Alpha Nut's just coming round, so Koi Carp still leading from Skyjacker, from Pat, and Talleyrand now up into 4th because of the pit stops. Racer Brown in 5th. Cthulhu is come out of the pits in 6th and put some medium tyres on. That's an interesting move. There's only 6 minutes into this race, so I suppose they're going to split 2 12-minute stints on a set of mediums behind. Kale's made the jump on Alexis in the pits, but no, Alexis has come back at Kale. Guesty in ninth, come out of the pits on medium tyres, just ahead of Alpha. Alpha's on the hard, so it's going to be hard to keep up with Guesty. But no, Alpha's making it work on the hard tyres. He's having a look up the inside. Guesty's still got a little bit of adjustment time to get used to those hard medium tyres. On his outlap, up ahead then. Quick-Up still holding that half-second lead from Skyjacker. Yeah, well, let's start using some of these because I always forget. Whoosh, Quick-Up is 7/10 ahead of Skyjacker. Oh, big off. Who was it? It was Pat. Pat's now dropped down to 6th place. He had a 5th place, sorry. He had a massive off there. He's behind Racer Brown and Talleyrand, who are racing into the first corner together. These two, nothing between them pace-wise. Talleyrand up into 3rd place. He's got the fastest lap of the race with a 19.5 on the hard tyres. So that is a great pace he's maintaining. Full 19s all the way. Racer Brown is just getting into the 19s. He's getting his tyres just warmed up. Doesn't use his tyres as much as Talleyrand. So they may take longer to come alive, but they will serve him better later in the race. He's all over the back of Talleyrand. He's looking for a way past. That's an unbelievable race. So Quick-Up still ahead of Skyjacker. There you can see in the distance, and Talleyrand ahead of Racer Brown, but this is where the race is. Pat's dropped back to 5th. Cthulhu is ahead of his teammate Alexis, who is ahead of Kale. I will go and have a look, but we're just going into the last corner and there's 1/10 between these two. This is such a scary corner. It keeps going round and round and round. Where do you brake? They've braked. They're pulling in onto the straight. Can Racer Brown get a toe down the straight? Looks like he's got a better drive out of the corner. He's going to pull alongside him. Here they are, side by side across the line virtually. What did it say? 100. Racer Brown, just no. Talleyrand's on the underside, but there's Racer Brown going. Wow. He made a good effort, but Talleyrand had it under control, had it blocked off. There's Pat. Just ahead. No, it's not Pat. That's Pat, who is 1.9 seconds ahead of Cthulhu. Pat's not pitted yet. He's starting to feel those tyres. Losing a bit of grip, bit of traction. Alexis still kept that 7th place. He's 3.6 seconds ahead of Kale. Kale's had a real issue. He's put the medium tyres on. He's done a 1:20.1 on his last lap, which was his fastest lap time. But these the Spaniards enjoy Big Willow on the medium tyres. They're doing a great job. They're catching up, Pat. So behind these guys, let's have a look. Guesty is in 10th behind Alpha. So Alpha found a way past Guesty. He's left him behind a little bit. Maybe Guesty had enough. No, looks all good. But Alpha's doing great pace, a 19.8 on those hard tyres. They're coming to life for him as well now. So Quick-Up nearly a second ahead of Skyjacker. But Quick-Up is on the medium tyres. That means he will be on the harder compound for the second half of the race. We're almost 10 minutes through this race right now. And Quick-Up on his medium tyres, they don't look too worn. He's still doing good pace on them with a 19.9 on the last lap. Skyjacker did a 20.1 on his last lap. He's using his hard tyres more than Talleyrand is. Talleyrand 2.4 seconds behind Skyjacker. He's dropped Racer Brown somehow. So he did a 19.9 on his last lap. Racer Brown did a 21.3. So there's a bit of distance there now between those two. Alexis and Cthulhu both got past Pat, it looks like. Pat's had a struggle. Oh, whoa. And there's Kale getting past. Alpha is some 13 seconds down the road. So, but the two Spaniards putting on a show for us today. Cthulhu, I'm going to go on board with Alexis Maximus. See these guys racing. I think Skyjacker's getting a little closer to Quick-Up around the last corner. They're going down the straight. Oh, there we go. We're on the outside. Cthulhu. Oh, Quick-Up's coming to the pits. So Coy's coming to the pits. Looks like Alexis. They've made the move. Alexis. And Quick-Up's come out behind these guys in 6th place. So that's interesting because these guys have already pitted, so they are now ahead of Kuykap in the race. Pat looks like he's pitted as well. So up ahead, Skyjacker on the hard tyres. Did a 20.2 on his last lap. He's got a 1.6 second lead on Talleyrand, and we know Talleyrand's over 2 seconds behind him, so he's pulling him back. 19.6 and a 19.9 will help do that with his lap times. Racer Brown is only 6/10 behind Talleyrand. None of these three have pitted on their hard tyres. Alexis and Cthulhu. Alexis got ahead of Cthulhu. Oh yeah, we saw, didn't we? We were on board with Alexis when it happened. So Alexis now ahead of his teammate Cthulhu. They've made a pit. Look, Cthulhu's already used those tyres. I would have thought he'd stay on the harders longer because his mediums look really warm. When did they make their pit stop? Lap 4? It's very short though. You don't lose anything for making pits. You could probably make multiple pits if you're really losing time that much. But yeah, Alexis not wearing the tyre as much as Cthulhu. This is why Cthulhu's so good in the mud with the WRX challenge on Thursday nights, because he likes to go sideways, it must be. Because he's really worn that tyre. Kuykap sitting just behind him. Brand new, fresh, racing hard tyres. He's got to take the pain of them now for the next 17 minutes, but he's catching up Cthulhu. He's definitely catching up Cthulhu. Cthulhu's tyre wear really starting to cause him some havoc out there. Kale on the medium tyres, looking after him quite neatly. He's in 7th, so ahead again. Skyjacker 1.1 seconds ahead of Talleyrand, who's only 3/10 behind of Racer Brown. Let's have a look. So we might have a three-way battle. How long are these guys going to stay out on their hard tyres? Alexis on his medium is only 6 seconds behind. The Racer Brown's looking up the inside of Talleyrand. These two want to make hay and catch Skyjacker up, not let him get away too far, but all the time they're racing each other. Alexis Maximus has got the fastest lap with a 1:18.513. And he's pulling these guys in, he's flying, he's going at some pace. He was 6 seconds and now he's 5.7 seconds behind. He's pulled time back on these guys. Racer Brown is only 2/10. Ooh, hardly a 10th now. Looks like he's going to try and make the move up here, but he's giving him space as well. That's beautiful racing there. Could have easily had Talleyrand off onto the dirt, but no. Loads of respect. Great racing. That's what we like to see. Could have easily taken that spot off him, but no. He lifted, gave space, and much respect for that sort of racing, we've got to say. So these two racing tooth and nail. Racer Brown, Talleyrand, Skyjacker. Skyjacker still holding that lead from Talleyrand. It's less than a second now. It's only half a second. 20.9 on Skyjacker's last lap. He's really starting to muller the hard tyres. Talleyrand not as much. So Skyjacker really has used those hard tyres, and he probably will be thinking he wants medium soon, but it might be too early for a one stop to come in for a medium. His fuel looks good. Talleyrand's fuel a bit better, and Racer Brown's about the same. So Talleyrand and Racer Brown, there's nothing to call between their fuel, their tyres or their lap times. These two are on fire. So Alexis looks like he's shaken off Cthulhu a little bit. 1.5 seconds. He got that fastest lap on lap 6 when he first put his mediums on. He'll be wanting to change those mediums soon though, but he's got plenty of fuel to keep going. And here we can see Cthulhu under threat from Kale. Where did Kuykap go? We'll look into the Kuykap situation. Sorry. But we've got Kale all over the back of Cthulhu, who's really ailing on that left front tyre. Really is worn and done him. It's doing him no good now. He did a 21.073 on his last lap. He's just holding Kale up at this point. Kale wanting to get past. Did a 120.02. They're alongside each other. No. Doing enough to stay, but this corner, you need your tyres in this corner, especially near the end. Kale looking for a way. He's out wide. Don't be careful. Be careful of the dirt, please. They're alongside each other up the straight. You'd think, oh, Racer Brown's gone in. Racer Brown's the first of the front guys to pit. Sorry, oh, where has he gone? He's 6th. Yes, so Racer Brown pulled the trigger between the top 3. There are only 6/10 between Skyjacker. Oh, Talleyrand's ahead of Skyjacker. Oh no, I'm sorry, Zed. I think it's already happened. Here we go. It was down the straight. We saw Talleyrand having a look. At the same time, Racer Brown was coming into the pits. Talleyrand took the lead from Skyjacker. Great move. He has been threatening it for a while, and Skyjacker's tyres, I would have thought out the top 3, he was going to be the first to pit with the tyre wear that he's feeling. Let me get out of the... I'm out of it now. So there you go. Alexis Maximus up to 3rd place, but he needs a pit stop with the tyres the way they are. Kale up to 4th. Cthulhu 5th. Racer Brown came out 6th just there. Coy Cup just ahead of Coy. Coy on those hard tyres, struggling for pace. Looks like he had a 1:32 on lap 11. Might have had a bit of an off there because he was behind Cthulhu, ahead of Kale, so maybe that's where he ended up, behind Kale. Now, oh, something looked like it moved up at the front there. No, Talleyrand, someone, Skyjacker, what? Skyjacker's gone? What's happened? Talleyrand, everyone else has pitted. Kale, Alexis, Cthulhu, Racer Brown. Skyjacker's in 10th. What happened to Skyjacker? I don't know. That's not right. Something's gone wrong in the game, and I can't explain that, and I'm not going to try to explain it. But Skyjacker isn't 10th. I don't think there's any way he could be 10th. So up ahead, Talleyrand 15 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown has pitted, and he's going to start banging in those laps. Coy Cup up to 3rd. We saw Alexis pit for his next set of medium tyres for the rest of the race, maybe topped up with fuel. Kale, we saw pit and top up with fuel. Cthulhu, sorry, we missed all the good pit stops. Guess he's 14 seconds behind Cthulhu. He's also pitted recently. Alpha Nut, he has pitted. He pitted. He must have pitted, I don't know. Pat, he's on the hard tyres now. Skyjacker, it says 10th, and I don't understand it. How can you be in 2nd? And I saw him being put back on the track. Maybe after this pit stop it will place him right. So who's coming round? Talleyrand? No. Racer Brown. Quick Cup's going past. Kale's going past him. Cthulhu's coming up towards him. No, I'm sorry. It's getting me sidetracked. I don't know what's happened to Skyjacker. I don't understand that one little piece whatsoever. So on track, it looks like he's with Cthulhu. No? Oh, Kale. We saw Kale getting ahead of Cthulhu. On track, is it Alexis? Alexis is racing Coy for 3rd. He's getting past him on those lovely medium tyres. Coy struggling on the hard tyres. This is the problem when you've got to run the hard tyres in the second half of the race. Those on mediums have got a huge advantage. So Kale now looking for a way past Coy, who really, because of his hard tyres, is in a bit of a free fall. Talleyrand, will he pit on this lap? No, he's going for another lap. He's only 12 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown got a 1:18.5. I was so close to the fastest lap. I honestly don't know what happened to Skyjacker. I don't get why it's saying he's in 10th. He can't be in 10th. He's near Cthulhu. So really he should be in 5th, and that should have put him up into 4th. And it looks like he's racing, not like he's a lap down. So the computer's had a real freak out about Skyjacker, but I believe Skyjacker is in 4th and Cthulhu is in 6th. But I don't get it. Talleyrand 10 seconds now ahead of Racer Brown. He's got to come into the pit soon. His fuel is on vapours. He's going to have lovely medium tyres, obviously, by the end of the race. I get that, but he's losing so much time. He might lose track position to Racer Brown just in this stint alone, where Racer Brown is doing 18s and Talleyrand is doing 20s, losing 2 seconds a lap. So here we go. See Talleyrand coming into the pit lane. So we're sitting on board with Racer Brown. He's coming round. He hasn't barely used his mediums anyway. He only pitted, what, a lap or 2 before. He's going to take the lead. Looks like he's going to take the lead, doesn't it? So Racer Brown takes over the lead. Alexis Maximus also second. Cale third. Talleyrand's come out in 4th, ahead of Cthulhu / Skyjacker. There's no way Skyjacker's a lap down. And he's ahead of Cthulhu. So ignore what you read, listen to me. I know best. Hey, what's that? Has it sorted itself out? No. So Cthulhu in 5th, Skyjacker in 4th, apparently. And Skyjacker is in 10th. He's getting blue flags. Maybe he is a lap down. He's just done the fastest lap of the race, 1:18.43. He's getting blue flags to be in ahead of Cthulhu. I don't know. That one's blown my brain. But Racer Brown is 3.9 seconds ahead of Alexis Maximus, who has got Cale breathing heavily down his neck. It's scary. And just behind them, the former leader of the race, Talleyrand, chasing them down with his medium tyres. It's all around even Stevens. Cale's fuel is a bit lighter than the other guys. Cthulhu in 5th, maybe 6th. He's usually tight with fuel, but it looks like it's good for him. So Racer Brown 3.5 seconds ahead of Alexis Maximus. Cale, that really didn't work out, that strategy for Talleyrand, but he should be on a lot fresher rubber than these guys ahead of him. He has pitted 1 less time, and the guys ahead of him have pitted twice. So we're watching Talleyrand chasing down Cale, who's just behind Alexis. We've got a race for 2nd place here. So Racer Brown is managing to just rabbit off in the distance. 4-second lead on Alexis and Maximus. Alexis Maximus last lap was at 19.4, but Cale's off wide. Cale's off wide onto the dirt. He's got it back under control, but he's on the dirt on the other side. We'll be seeing this dust and saying yes. Talleyrand's up the inside of him, and the move is made. Talleyrand will be very pleased with that. Probably wasn't looking forward to the fact of trying to fight his way past Cale. He is a fast driver who is hard work to get past. So he doesn't understand the concept of track limits, does Cale? Just wants that inch more. And he's getting the draft, getting the toe on Talleyrand into the first corner. Can he make anything work from it? He looks a little bit faster than Talleyrand. He's getting closer. He's looking for a place to get him. No. So up ahead, Racer Brown, 4.3 seconds. He's pulling away from these guys. He's just done an 18.983. Alexis Maximus is feeling the pressure from the 2 guys behind him. We know that the Spaniards, they wear their tyres, and he is wearing his tyres a lot more than the 2 guys behind. In 5th, apparently, is Cthulhu, behind Skyjacker in 10th. So we're still trying to work that one out. Yeah, he did a 3:05 on lap 13. So what did he do? Stop for a whole lap or 2? Did he get stuck? So yeah, he must be in 10th place. Racer Brown's 5 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Oh, Talleyrand has made the move on Cthulhu. Alexis Maximus. So, and he already has. Sorry about that. They've both got through. On the last corner, it seems. So Talleyrand up second, 4.9 seconds behind a Racer Brown. Kale in third. Alexis, he's 10 seconds ahead of his teammate, whose tyres are in a worse state than his. Kuikarp coming back. Kuikarp in the 19s. He's been in and put some mediums on, it looks like. He's said that for a game of soldiers. I'm going to shove some mediums on these bad boys and go racing. And he's only 2.5 seconds behind Cthulhu. Guesty up 7th, ahead of Alpha Nut. We saw him and Alpha having a bit of a race. We've got 3 minutes left. It's just over 3 minutes. Alpha is in 8th, ahead of Pat, but Pat's coming at him. He's only half a second behind. Pat's giving Alpha a race for the last few minutes of this. Alpha Nuts look fresh as a daisy. Alpha must just come back into the pits, maybe get rid of his medium tyres again. So Pat's catching him up. Skyjacker there, being lapped by Cthulhu, we guess. Not quite. Racer Brown 4.3 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand is catching him. He's done a 1:18.699. It's his fastest lap, but with only 2.5 minutes left, it's only what, this lap? They'd be lucky to get 2 laps after this lap, but maybe so. No, they've just started this lap, so yeah, it's going to be this lap and the next lap, I believe. Racer Brown doesn't want to put a foot wrong now. That front left looks very used, very old, and doesn't want to play. Talleyrand's aren't quite as warm, but Alexis got ahead of Kale. Kale's had enough. Oh no, Kale. And Kale's got to worry about fuel. That fuel is not going to last 2 minutes. The 2 minutes, that's not going to last for this lap and the next lap, I don't think. So Kale waiting for his damage to wear off all the time. Cthulhu trying to pull him in from 5th place. Kuikarp 2 seconds behind Cthulhu on his racing medium tyres. Guesty 30 seconds behind them and 22 seconds ahead of Alpha. Alpha's dropped Pat now by 4.5 seconds, and Skyjacker there in 10th with the fastest lap of an 18.434. Oh no, was that Kale? Kale's had another off, but Kale's gone in the pitch, yeah. He knows that fuel ain't going to go all the way, so how much trouble is Kale in? So Kuikarp and Cthulhu both got past Kale. We've only 1 minute left of this race, but Cthulhu's tyres are absolutely blown. And Kuikarp there is looking racy, but Kale is even racier. No, Kale didn't change tyres, he just went in and topped up with fuel. Just give himself a lap or 2 of fuel. Racer Brown, there's loads of fuel left, but he's 3.4 seconds now ahead of Talleyrand. I suppose he feels it's all under control. There's only 50 seconds left of this race. I don't think they'll get round to the line, but I have been wrong on many occasions about many things before. Alexis finishing ahead of his teammate, 12 seconds, but it's not finished yet because Kuikarp and Kale both hunting down Cthulhu, who is really ailing from front left worn tyre, really ailing from it. Look at that, it's really bad. He's doing anything he can to hold on. Coy is only half a second behind. Oh, it looks like they have got over the line. So Racer Brown over the line. Talleyrand gets another lap. Alexis and Maximus also gets another lap. There's Cthulhu. He's hoping that timer runs out. 1-0. So these guys are your first finishers. Can Cthulhu keep hold of it from Kuikarp? Kuikarp's looking in the trap. It's hard to tell. Cthulhu just got it by 300ths from Kuikarp, from Kale, who in 6th place. I bet he wish he never took that pit stop now. Guesty 7th, 8th. For Alpha Nut 9th. Skyjacker's already finished. Now up ahead then. Racer Brown's only 3 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand's pushing. He's pushing like mad. He's 19.0, 19.1. 3.6 seconds though. They're coming up to the last part of the track. Alexis Maximus, he's dropped off a little bit. 5.9 seconds behind Talleyrand. So it's just Talleyrand and Racer Brown. All Racer Brown has to do though is bring it home. Front tyre, he done well to drive those last few laps with that front tyre the way it was. Same as Cthulhu holding that 4th off from Kuikarp was amazing. So there we go, Racer Brown taking a win at Big Willow. Well done, Racer Brown. Here we see Talleyrand crossing the line for second, and a little bit further down we can see Alexis Maximus. Is that his first podium? I haven't been writing these down. I'm going to do them for the next round. But there you go. Alexis Maximus taking third. His teammate Cthulhu fourth. Koikap fifth, giving Cthulhu loads of trouble at the end. Kale sixth. So well done. Racer Brown up 8 positions. Taking the win. Didn't get the fastest lap. I think that went to Skyjacker in the end. Let's have a look at your race results for the feature race in round 3 of the MaX5 Championship. Racer Brown wins. Well done. Talleyrand second, hard fought second, led for a lot of the race. Stayed out on the longer strategy, didn't quite work out for him. Couple more laps maybe, because Racer Brown's tyres were shot, but Alexis Maximus, a great third place, 2 pit stop strategy. Didn't look like it was working for him, but he got ahead of his teammate Cthulhu, who ended up in 4th. Koikap giving him a lot of hassle near the end of the race. Cthulhu with his worn tyre, Koikap fresh rubber, chasing him down. Kale behind those two had to pop into the pits. He was ahead. He was in 4th. No, 3rd, I think. Had to pop in just to top up his fuel. Was a bit worried it wouldn't last the whole race. Guesty, great 7th. Alpha Nut in 8th. Pat 9th. And Skyjacker lost a lap somewhere for some reason in 10th. I don't understand Skyjacker's incident, but Skyjacker got the fastest lap on lap 15 with a 1:18.434. Now, if I'm sharp and I'm quick, I will tell you what the next round is going to be. They're all good. They're all good in this season. I was really pleased with the tracks they chose, and I will tell you now that it's going to be Spa. Can you imagine it? The Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. These little MX5s, they look like little dinky cars. They're going to look like little Matchbox cars flying around that track. Wow, that's going to be great. God help their tyre wear. Beautiful. Well, thank you for joining us for round 3 of the Virtual Racing Club MaX5 Championship. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was a blast here in the desert, racing around, and hopefully you will join us again on next Thursday for the WRX Challenge. Then following that, on Friday night, we have the big event, the Le Mans 2.5 hour race. We had qualifying for it last Friday, and that was intense and nail-biting stuff. And then following the Le Mans, we will have round 4. There's only 6 rounds, so round 4 already of the MaX5 Championship, and the championship table is going to be looking very interesting, with Racer Brown ahead of Talleyrand and no IR Graham. So that was our show, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoy doing these shows for you. I'm not padding while I try and look something up at all, honestly, but all I can say is that my phone is so slow. So all I have to say is I was your announcer, Soul T Balls. Thank you for tuning in, and catch us again soon. Bye bye. Bye.